Welcome back to the Entrapment fan tournament. We've had 2 games already and the role players and the stroop rifles each have 1 win. But now let's see what the other 2 teams have in store. First we have the underdogs. Last time they played against the stroop rifles, but they did not last very long then. Maybe the 2 of them will have better luck against the such and such team, who are the last team that we haven't seen yet. They are Maloma, Mr. So and Wout. They are with 3 players, but will they be able to take on the underdogs? These teams will be playing in the garden made by Maloma. It's one of the first arenas to be added to Entrapment. Let's begin the 3rd game of the tournament. Here's the underdogs versus the such and such team. This arena has a lot of hidden or underground rooms. Looks like Mr. So has already found one with the enchanted leather armor. And now there's this area downstairs where there's, underneath these pistons, there's actually redstone blocks. That can be very useful for making a trap early on already. He doesn't have much time to take them. And also he hasn't taken the milk bucket in the item frame. We've had in the first 3 rounds some really powerful chests already. We've had witches and cave spiders, shulkers, and in this round blazes. That's immediately already a very dangerous mix of mobs. They have not yet been put to use though. The teams are just gathering resources, smelting iron. Ooh, and they like Mr. So-and-so's idea. If you watch the Entrapment Championships, then you know what this is about. Apparently holes in bridges can be surprisingly deadly. Oh, Wout is jumping into the pond here. It's fairly deep, but has diamonds at the bottom. It's quite a risky operation to get them, because you have to make sure you don't drown. And don't get stuck on the lily pads, but it seems to have been successful. There's several holes in the bridge now. That might make it a little bit more obvious that there are holes. We'll have to see. The underdogs have meanwhile been busy blocking off all the exits to the spawn area. It seems that they're going to be putting the spawn eggs to use. Even the ladders can't stay apparently. And they still have some iron smelting as well. The wall is now 4 blocks tall. It's not impossible to get out of there. There we go, a sea of fire is being spawned, but Christoph is still in the arena, has to dodge the fireballs, and he's lucky that the round switch happened just in time. The such and such team still have 1.5 minutes to spawn safety, so they have time to deal with this. But they also can't wait too long, because the entire arena is going to be set on fire. Wout is making a run for it already, chased by the fireballs. And Mr. So takes a bit of a safer way out. Maloma indeed discovers that the wall is blocked and is now set on fire. He's losing a lot of health. Has to put up a wall, but also that block is set on fire. These blazes have cost him more than half his health. Wout has also built up a wall. Maloma seems to have made it out somehow. And Mr. So is now also digging his way to safety. And Wout now also has a path to get out, using the shield to confront the blazes. Just for this round, his pistons is finally a bit of a peaceful chest. But there's redstone blocks, and Christoph is now also going for the diamonds. They're gone already, but there's one still floating there that Wout did not pick up. That's, I guess, a little bit lucky, but I don't know what he's gonna do with a single diamond. Now the underdogs have to face the blazes that they spawned. They have now spread across the arena, so it might actually be a little bit more difficult. Conjurer is running for it anyway. There's blazes all around him. He has the shield, but you can't block from every single angle. He's being engulfed with fire. Christoph digs a hole just in time, and now he's telling Conjurer to come and join him just in time. And now we have a second tunnel being dug. Not in the best location, because there's still sky access. Now they're covering that up. In the other arena, there's witches behind the trees that Christoph spawned. And I think Maloma has seen it, trying to hide away. Climbing the ladder to hide up in the tree. Wout is now running straight past it. Has he even seen it? Yes, he's attacking it, but he's taken a poison potion in the process. and is now taking his health away. He has no choice now, confronts the witch and kills it off. But he's still going down all the way to half a heart. But now the underdogs have found the surface. Well, cave filled with water. Always makes it annoying to get out. This cave isn't safe though. One block has been set on fire by a blaze, multiple blazes that have made their way into this cave somehow, creating sort of an ambush that hit Christoph, but luckily it is a cave with water. But now it's getting closer. Does a melee attack and Christoph is stuck in the water. Now he can damage it, and the blaze is in the water too. That helps, I guess. But he did take another hit from the blaze, and that's quite a lot of damage. He has no armor. But now he can try to get to the chest, which has another problem. Cobwebs. Look at how many blazes there are. They're all over the hill now, and also on this side. They can't take cover behind the trees if they even know that they're in danger. Looks like Conjurer does not. He's lucky with the poor aim of the blaze. But he has found the chest for this round. And the underdogs are not the only ones who have blaze problems. There's one hidden right underneath the bridge. Mawakato just found it. And now Conjurer is getting hit. He's luckily got a water bucket. But that is the risk of taking a loot chest that's so out in the open. Now Mawakato has found the blaze, confronting it, but I guess he can also just walk away. The Sessions Judge team now have to face these blazes again. Mr. So still remembers where the tunnel is and doesn't have to take a new one. Because going through the arena is not an option right now. There's still a small moment in which you can be hit if you jump into the tunnel, so you have to do it at the right time. And there it is. It's a 4-block fall, and he's very lucky because he has only half a heart left. I guess the armor protected him? He's safe now at least. And it just contains lava. Ooh, that's a powerful chest that you don't want to miss. Conjurer is also going for it now. And the Sessions Judge needs to be careful. This blaze is right there. Also, they are unsafe in the rest of the arena. And Conjurer is also facing the same blaze as before. It's right by the loot chest. Wout is looking to see when he can run into the cave, hopefully to safety. Has to be careful, all the blazes are shooting. Conjurer is now on the bridge. Remember, this is the bridge where Mr. So dug holes. Sessions team has created some shelter in the cave. The blazes are still firing. And Conjurer is running over the bridge. Will he see the danger? Yes, he was right past the hospital. Wout got fireballed by the blaze. He was sniped before he could get to a safe spot. And he had only half a heart left. And now it's 2 versus 2. And there's blazes all over the hill now. And that's one perfectly aimed fireball. Wow. Christoph is now done barricading the other arena with cobwebs and also blocked off the walls. Turn this arena also into a hazard. There's 2 cave spiders, but they're of course going to be attacking Christoph. There's 10 seconds left in the round. And the cave spiders can climb walls. But not fast enough. Also spawns in 2 shulkers. Or 3 and 1 teleported away. The underdogs do not waste time in the arena with the blazes. There's only so much spawn safety left. But this route is also barricaded. There's lava in the way. And there's also a blaze right behind the lava. Conjurer just noped out of there. He also can't go here. And now he's very exposed. He's unharmed for now though. The blazes are quite slow. In the other arena, the Sessions team has killed the spider, but there's of course still the shulkers there. Conjurer is being attacked from behind. Fire all around him. And Mrs. Hunter are also in the range of the shulkers. Those can be quite deadly if you don't see them coming. Oh, he just dodged the bullet. Such a spider as well got hit once, but he managed to run away. Now Conjurer gets hit and saves himself, but it's not enough. He gets fireballed from behind. It's now only Christoph left in the underdogs, and the other team isn't safe either. There's a witch, and Mawakato has taken more damage, and the shulker bullets are still around. Has to back away. Christoph is looking if he can still rescue some of the items, but it's very dangerous there still. It's just not worth it. And now Mrs. Nunso has found the other blaze that is hiding behind the bridge. Now he does have to deal with it. Another loot chest has spawned in basically the same spot. Maokato is coming to help. He has to be careful. He's only got half a heart left. And meanwhile, you can see how Conjurer was knocked off that ladder. Just didn't get the shield up in time. And then he was just surrounded by blazes. This standoff has been going on for quite a while now. There's only been a few hits on the blaze. Mrs. Jones so very slowly getting close. Oh, but the blaze has a very smart move. Puts a block, he's in on fire and thereby bypassing the shield. Mrs. Jones is on fire, is now really low in health. Luckily for him, the fire went out. Christoph seems to also like fire. He's been putting lava buckets all over the arena, but he's not safe here still. The blazes are still out there. He must have seen the blazes now, but I guess he's just confident that he can avoid the fireballs. Just dodging left and right. Placing on lava to make the arena a bit more dangerous, I guess. Not that that's needed, it's already completely full of fire. Oh, and he puts a shulker down as well at the end of the round. Who knows, maybe it will catch a player off guard. In round 8, both teams have made it out the spawn zone in the same way as they did before, safely. Well, he's not safe still. There's still shulkers that he spawned himself up there. And now has to use his shield to defend. And, well, the shulker would have moved around him, but he blocked it anyway. He can now hopefully move to safety. I think he's out of range of his shulkers. But there's also a blaze here blocking his escape path. Has to use the shield to find a way around it. Up on the hill now. But the blaze is sky high. It can reach the entire arena if it wants to. There's no way to hide from it. He just drops himself into the water. And where he first fought the blaze, he now escapes one. The arena is full of tunnels going all the way to the back. The whole cave has been blocked off as well. And the Such and Such team have now found the surface and the water pool from before. Maokato is taking the risk. He's made a door that's very clever. Now you can easily start mining all the resources there. And Mrs. Jones seems to be playing around with the dispenser. There's still a few pieces of iron he can mine, I guess. But there's also still diamonds at the bottom. Those are hard to reach though. Oh, and the round's about to end. And yes, there's witches being spawned from the dispenser. But meanwhile, the entire arena is still on fire. Christoph on his own now has to just find one of the tunnels and stay there. The surface is way too dangerous for anything. Running past the trees is still exposed, but makes it to the tunnel. Both teams are so low on health now, any one mob could end it, to be honest. And the Such and Such team are still out in the open. The shulkers luckily hit one another. Just smelting the iron that they got last round. The chest for this round is zombie spawn eggs. As if we didn't have enough spawn eggs already. Mr. Dunzo did place down a dispenser though, so we'll see. Christoph is still playing it safe here underground. And he puts down a block in the water there, so you can't jump down anymore. Very clever. And he thinks the arena isn't dangerous enough. Now again, Christoph is taking the risk of going outside. The entire arena is still on fire. And I think he noticed that as well. There were also two witches at the Such and Such team spawn. They have now walked off into all kinds of different directions. Christoph has not yet found the loot chest for this round. It's right in the middle of the arena. There's still the shulker that he spawned and it's now attacking him. He saw it, but also the fire was coming from his side and he got hit and he doesn't have much health left, and that's the end of the game. He spent so much time making the arena more dangerous, but in the end it was his own demise. The Such and Such team have very little health left, but it turns out to be enough to win their first game in the Entrapment fan tournament. And now the Such and Such team are the third team to have one win. We of course already had the stroopwafels, but they've also lost a match, which is why they are in 3rd place. Such and Such team are in 2nd because they still had 1 death in their victory, while the role players have never lost a teammate. So they are still in 1st place. Meanwhile, the underdogs are in a rather bad spot right now with 0 wins out of 2. They will now have to win their next game and also hope that the tiebreakers will be favorable to them. Remember, you need to finish in 1st or 2nd place to be able to get a spot in the final. But now let's turn to our winners, the Such and Such team. Congratulations, you won your 1st game.
Unbelievable.
I'm surprised, to be honest.
Yeah.
It was quite a crazy game. There were blazes everywhere.
We were kind of annoying, but we just dug a huge tunnel and built our own bunker.
Or rather, you dug a huge tunnel. We just followed you blindly.
Yeah, okay, I did dug a huge tunnel. And we just operated from there.
Yeah, and the death was quite a snipe, by the way. Like, all the way from the hill into the cave.
Yeah, that was really unlucky.
Yeah.
But Wout was really dead at the moment, so we knew someone would die.
Yeah, and the witch was also unlucky.
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
the witch lagged, and I tried to kill it, and I managed to sneak like 2 potions on me by flying in the air.
It hit me as well when I just walked past it, but because I did not see it in time.
Let's turn to the underdogs. Well, what happened? How did you die?
So there were blazes all around, and I was told to go to some location, but I didn't know where it was. And so I forgot to hide and got killed by a blaze. If I hid, then I would have not died, but I didn't hide from the blaze and I died.
Yeah, in the right beginning corner, if you see, there is a tunnel that we dug through to get out from the blazes. And unfortunately, Conjurer forgot where it was when I was telling him that it's in the corner. Well, bad luck.
Oh, yeah, that's very bad luck.
And I also died because of the blaze later in the same arena, but like 4 rounds later. By the way, I also can say that I started digging a tunnel. Oh, it's the same arena with the tunnel on the right. It's the tunnel under the arena from the entrance, and I see that the other team also have done a long tunnel from there. Oh, that's clever. I should have checked the entrance for the tunnel.
Yeah, that's a lot easier. I think in most games actually we've had multiple tunnels underneath spawn. Oh well.